I am the bucket from hell. Damn. Long intro into the intro, but a short intro. I'm your commissioner, Little X Fudge. Welcome to Book It, a wrestling podcast for the fans, by the fans, where we rebook, and revisit your favorite wrestling storylines. Today, we are here with your commissioner. Excuse me, I'm your commissioner, Little X Fudge. We're fucking this all up. And we're here with your GMs, Damone D Money.
Yeah, I don't have anything. John's on autopilot, apparently.
Motherfucker, y'all press the buttons and fuck the whole thing up. The flow was just ruined.
Do we press the buttons for you to say your words?
You threw off the flow, is what I'm saying. The bad guy, Kenny.
Hello there.
Kill him with a
And
smile.
the sixth return of Hi-Fi Mike.
Party on Garth.
So if you watched last week, like all good wrestling fans did, all the people with brain cells in their brain, you caught our pre-Women's Revolution bracket. We were deciding who the best of the best before the Women's Revolution of 2015 in wrestling was. Now we are going to do the opposite, where we decide who the best is post Women's Revolution. And then, maybe, if you're lucky, those two may get to face off in a booked feud. But that's only if you're lucky and you're a good audience tonight. So, D
I feel
Money.
like John was gonna make me call him Daddy after the way he said that.
He grab you by the chin.
Be a good girl.
That's crazy. He had a
I
gimmick
put my
name.
thumb in Damone's mouth. It's tight.
That's not what I thought was.
No, not that I thought was gonna happen either. I don't like that.
Yuck.
As long as I say no Diddy, it's cool.
Yuck. Out here having a jerkmate jamboree.
Not a jamboree. Why do you still remember that word?
Jerkmate Jamboree is that's insane.
He has that in the
You
chamber
can-
for something.
You can see that on Brazzers Free this month.
You know, because
Nobody does it better.
for a limited time only. The last 24 years.
Since everything else is out of place, we might as well play Organic Love and ad after that.
Brazzers is free.
Free.
Should just put that on here. We should just. They're not a sponsor. We should just play that commercial
Have a
anyway.
Bella Danger
Play all
show.
the board ads.
Maybe
Or
if we
can you
just.
open his Twitter again at some
Our
point?
segues this week have been really. These last 2 weeks have been really bad. I'll take credit for last week's with the clit part. I'm not taking credit.
I
for this
am the
week.
clit commander.
Yeah, we're fucking up.
You see this
Yep.
face?
When you stick a clit, you see this face.
Like, Nice Puck ended sexism for all you real Book It Verse fans, but
He
we
did.
just kind of recreated it these last couple weeks.
I was doing
He's gotta come back and end it again.
I don't know about you.
Yeah, Nice Puck got to save us. So,
I thought
our
he
bracket includes D Money. Read us our participants.
So it's Io Sky, Tiffany Stratton, and these are in no particular order. Toni Storm, Rhea Ripley, Lyra Valkyria, Chelsea Green, Stephanie Vakir, Jade Cargill, Zoe Stark, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Becky Lynch, Bailey, Michin, aka Mia Yim, Dakota Kai, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Monet, Bianca Belair, Shayna Baszler, Liv Morgan, Piper Niven, Carmella, Charlotte Flair, Roxanne Perez, Willow Nightingale, Athena, also known as Ember Moon, Jamie Hayter, Deanna Perrazzo, Chris Statlander, Mandy Rose, and Julia.
I'm not mad at this list. It's a pretty good list.
Thank ChatGPT and me. Like, I had to make it give me extra because it kept giving me, it like included Naomi and it was including Paige. And I'm like, no, we did those last week. So I have a couple I had to like fill in myself.
So you're telling me there's no Mariah May here, and that's in our pre-intro?
I thought she was in here.
Or did I just miss that?
I
she's
might
not
have
in there.
missed
All
it.
right, she got to.
Okay,
She got
we
to
gotta
take
take
someone.
someone out. Who we kicking out?
Um,
I'm
I would
okay with kicking out.
Deanna, Carmella,
I was
Lacey.
gonna
I
say,
would say take out Carmella.
yeah. Where is she? Okay, so we're doing Mariah May.
Because there's a lot of these people that Mariah May has surpassed in like 1 year.
She was
Like,
on the one list, but I must have like kept scrolling too much and skipped her. That's my bad.
yeah, she hit
Okay.
Toni Storm in the Verguba with a bottle. We got to put some respect on her.
So what? Mike, sing the song.
American woman. No,
said
every day we
Verguba.
shuffling.
I heard that. I said, what?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what that is. Nor do I want to. So Charlotte Flair versus Mandy Rose.
You got to pay extra for the Verguba.
Once
Charlotte
upon a
Mandy.
time,
Oh, come
Charlotte
on.
Flair was
Who's got
the
first vote?
greatest women's.
You, because
I
you're
do.
first in my list.
All
On the
right,
way I'm
this is
looking
probably
at it
going to
on
be a
here.
pity vote, but this one's for the Gooners. I'm giving it to Mandy Rose.
I'm going Charlotte. She's arguably the greatest female to ever do it.
I already know Mike's saying Charlotte.
I'm gonna say Charlotte because once upon a time, I did consider her the greatest female wrestler of all time.
I'm gonna
She
give it to
was
Charlotte, but I think it's closer than people realize. Like Mandy at one point was terrible, but she got good in NXT, and she left like at her peak.
That is true.
She just needs to stop talking because he keeps saying dumb shit. But
kind of like us.
she was true, and she's getting paid a lot more.
Yeah, we aren't getting paid
The,
anything.
the thing with
Right.
me, why I voted the way I did, is because Charlotte's kind of on her Chris Jericho arc right now, where like everything she's doing is just making her legacy worse. And if she had stopped 5 years ago, she'd be in a better place.
True, that is
That's
true.
about
She's
when
gotten
I.
surpassed by
That's about when I.
quite a few people on my personal list.
It's about when I stopped paying attention to her.
So next, Sasha Banks versus Mercedes Moné. So it's me, or not versus. That's the same person. Versus Toni Storm.
Say wait.
Versus
Yeah, we
Toni
are off
Storm.
tonight. We apologize to the book it listening
So-
audience. The visual audience, you'll get a better show.
Like a year or two ago, I would been about 2 years, right, since she went timeless. Like 2-3 years ago, I would have said Mercedes because I always said Toni Storm was mid. Now it's Toni Storm by a lot.
Yeah.
Trying to put y'all on, man.
Yeah, I think
already
this is a
know Kenny.
1-3 at this point. Like, I think this is gonna
Yeah.
be a sweep.
Sasha's another one who like hurt her legacy by coming back or
Yeah.
popping back up and just not being great.
I thought even Sasha Banks was overrated, and like then Toni Storm unleashed like maybe the greatest women's character in history right now, in a company that doesn't emphasize characters well. Yeah, Toni
She's
Storm is
still
going to
putting
wash.
on good, and she's still putting on great matches.
Yeah, she lost not one step in AEW. I'm so proud of Toni Storm.
Said, man, you're
Yeah.
a big bitch. He was going off. Well, I think it was 2 weeks ago. Man, you're a big bitch.
Bailey versus Asuka. John, I'm just
I
gonna
used
go ahead
to
and put
be
you up
like-
for Bailey.
Well, I used to be the biggest Asuka hater. I'm all right with her now. Bailey's better, but these are both people I've at least had a phase of hating. So this is a tough one for me.
You're all right with her now because she hasn't shown up in like a year and a half.
Sometimes absence makes the heart grow fonder.
He's not wrong.
But honestly, since the Kabuki Warrior started being a thing a few years ago, like that kind of made me like her a lot better. I hated like super dominant, like fucking like
I think you just don't like streaks.
for the weeaboos Asuka that was like overbooked. Hell no. What are you gonna say, Damone?
I think you just don't like streaks.
I like when the right person has one, but I also don't like streaks when the ring work sucks.
I don't think a ring work ever sucked, but agree to disagree.
When she was hitting 7 of the fucking ass bump per match, that gave me squades, bro.
You said it was
That-
doo-doo
that
streak.
shit was
That's the only
terrible.
streak she was doing, Oscar.
Yeah, she did it.
Asuka versus Naomi was a butt off.
I literally would just count
Just
the
doing
amount of
rear
times she
views.
did that per match every time she wrestled, and it would be so fucking many.
Rear view versus rear view. Kenny.
I'm going Bailey. Her resume is crazy. Like her resume is insane.
Mike.
Asuka.
So I'm going Bailey. I like Asuka, and I'm glad she at least got the sympathy vote. But Bailey, not that it's necessarily Asuka's fault that she doesn't English isn't her first language, but Bailey's such a good promo, and she's been a great face. She's also been a great heel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that she managed to survive the hugger coming the main event and like failing, and was able to like do the role model and turn her career around and become one of the goats.
I just wanted it to be known I didn't give Asuka a sympathy vote. There's no sympathy in the vote. I full-heartedly voted her.
It's okay. Well, she lost anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I'm just
Yeah, it's
saying.
honestly worse.
Jade Cargill versus Shayna Baszler. For me, it's Shayna. At one point, I was the biggest Jade Cargill hater. My Twitter, I deactivated it, but I'm pretty sure when I left it, it still said Jade Cargill's number one hater, or it might have been Sammy Guevara's number one fan. Don't remember what I ended on, but I still am. She has the great look and everything, but still in ring, she's still really rough, even with going to WWE. But I do think they're doing a good job of presenting her right now, and I will say her, well, mostly Naomi and Bianca have been killing it character wise, and like their acting's been on point. Mike,
I agree.
Oh, I'm gonna go Shayna.
Kenny.
I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna go Jade Cargill. I think with Shayna, I think she had a period where she looked like not a star, but there was like, okay, she might be somebody for a one. I think, and that was when she was feuding with Ronda Rousey that last time. I think at that point she was like, even though she was supposed to be the heel of that feud, she was pretty much the face, and everybody was loving her. She had the crowd like on her, like I don't know. I just feel like we had her back at one point, and then after that feud died, it was just kind of like,
Yeah,
I think that was the
I
only
will.
moment
I will
like,
say.
okay, but that
I
was it.
will say she was better in NXT because she was,
Way better.
yeah, she was significantly better in NXT. They did kind of water her down when she went to the main roster, especially Vince.
Yeah. To be fair, I've only
And
seen main roster Shayna. I've never
right,
seen
so
NXT.
yeah,
Oh yeah, her NXT run was really good. I'm gonna have to talk myself through this one because this is like two halves of what would be a great wrestler. Like
yeah.
if
If
you had
you,
like Jade's
true.
like look and like character with Shayna's like NXT wrestling, you would have a really really good wrestler.
You'd have the goat
Um,
And
so
didn't Shayna choke her out in real life for talking shit?
allegedly. Allegedly, well, it makes sense. Shayna Baszler wasn't she on the Ultimate Fighter?
I don't
I'm
know.
pretty sure she was.
I know she was
She
in
was in.
Ronda's camp.
She was in. Yeah, she was in the UFC. I'm pretty sure.
No, she was. She was in Ronda's camp, but I just can't remember if she what her record wasn't like that. Go ahead, Mike.
I'm still on my vote. You know what? Let's take this one to the coin. I'll go Jade.
Okay. She finished her MMA career at 15 wins, 11 losses.
15 wins, 11 losses.
Yeah, she ended her career on like a 4 or 5 loss streak.
Well, Damone.
I know the rule. That means she wasn't good. I never said she was great.
Well,
I
what's
knew
crazy
she
about
had an
MMA is like
career.
people be like, oh, this person sucked at MMA, and then they'll have like a 80% win rate, and I'm like, what do you mean they suck?
That's what I'm saying.
The
But
thing
like,
is,
but my whole thing is go ahead, Damone.
I was gonna say, go ahead, Kenny.
I was gonna say if you got double digit L's, your ass. That's how I feel. You got double digit L's, you lost. You
I
suck.
don't necessarily agree. I think there is context
percentage
to it. I think there's context. Like it depends on who you're losing to. Like Freddie, I'm pretty sure Frankie Edgar finished on like a 3-fight loss streak because he was old, or like Anderson Silva was old. Like BJ Penn has a ton of losses, and he was a goat, but he just didn't know when to stop.
And that fucks your career up. And I said it every time. BJ Penn was my GOAT at one point, and then he kept fighting. You gotta stop.
You gotta learn when to stop.
It sounds like to me, as an outsider, once you start losing in MMA, especially if you've gone undefeated or like UFC, you just start. It's just over.
Not always,
Seems
but
like
if
it's
you're
a
losing
steep
like
fall.
two, like if it's really easy to slip because they say once your chin is gone, it's done. Pretty much once you get like if you get knocked out bad enough and you lose another fight by knockout, you might as well stop
Well,
because you're
like
gonna just keep getting knocked out.
Ronda lost, right?
Well,
And
Ronda's
then
different.
it was
She
over.
she got depressed because she had took her first L, got depressed, quit the
Then
sport
Well,
lost
pretty
that's what
again.
I'm
much,
saying
and
though.
then
That
lost
that
again.
that could happen to a lot of them.
Well, it could, but I don't think just quitting usually doesn't happen.
I don't know, man. I don't. Let's move on.
But anyway, Jade's gonna be heads. Sasha or not Sasha, Shayna's tails.
I
2
thought
out
we
of
already
3.
did this.
So 1 for Jade, 2 for Jade. Jade moves on.
Let's get it.
Okay. Rhea Ripley versus Chris Statlander.
I feel like we can 1, 2, 3 this.
No, I'm giving a sympathy vote. Love Rhea Ripley. Everything she's done is worthy of being the cultural phenomenon she is. I feel bad Chris Statlander got stuck in this matchup because Rhea Ripley's going to wash most of this bracket. But I love Chris Statlander. I think she should be more than she is in AEW. Pity vote. Throw it on there.
I'm not mad at it. I like Chris Statlander too. I'm glad she got rid of the alien.
The alien
gimmick.
gimmick was.
Same.
No,
Awful.
I like the alien gimmick. I miss
I
it.
hated it.
That shit was awful.
No, that shit
Yeah,
was sick.
that's what was gonna definitely hold her back.
That's
Bro,
what I
you
still
know,
think of
fucking
when I
alien.
think
We've
of
had dumber gimmicks and successful.
We have, but in 2025, 2024, like, what's the most like? Imagine her doing
There's
the.
not enough characters in AEW, but wouldn't let
Hold
this bitch be
on.
an alien.
I'm not saying you don't have to. There's been a million characters in WWE. Now a lot of them weren't good. Like we had a fucking Fryer. Just because you need more characters doesn't mean you just got to take every character. Like imagine her doing the alien thing, beep bop boop, while trying to cut a promo against Toni Storm right now.
Okay, an alien versus this version of Tony Storm would be fire though. But
I'm assuming
$10.
the three of us are all voting Rhea, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Especially this, bro. How like how young she is crazy.
Rhea, she's not even what? She's like 27, 28.
She's like 26. I feel like she's like 26, 27. She's young,
She
and she's
is
already been the face
28.
of the company for women.
Yeah, she's 28.
Yeah, like that's crazy.
That's crazy. It's also crazy how long Toni Storm's not that old either. I don't think she's 30 yet either.
Nope, she's also in her 20s.
She's 29. That's crazy. So Lyra Valkyria versus Stephanie Valkyr. I like Lyra, but I'm gonna go with Stephanie. I think she's a little better in ring. I don't love either of their characters necessarily, but I'm gonna go with Stephanie. Mike,
I'm gonna go with Stephanie as well.
Kenny.
This is close. There was a time I would say like a year ago, I didn't really like Lyra Valkyria like that in NXT. And then I don't know, like as soon as she went to main roster, like I don't know, I just saw it and I was like, okay, she is good. I was like, I gotta eat my words on that.
She just needs a better character. Like
I don't even see a problem with the she's not a charismatic person. That's what it is. She's
yeah,
not
I
a
think
charismatic person.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
Because when she stops doing the entrance, she's a normal person. Same with Stephanie Valkyria. Like when she stops doing like that, everything's dark and red. She's a normal person after that. Like, I think I would go. I'm gonna go Stephanie Valkyria.
okay.
Even though like she can barely speak English, she still has a certain aura about her as well.
Yeah.
You can see it, and they're both great in ring. I'll give them that. They're both great in ring. Like I said, they're both not really great in the mic, but you still see the aura with Stephanie.
I get what you mean. Like with Lyra, there's no aura.
None.
With Stephanie, there is. Like even though like she's English isn't her first language, but you can still like tell there's something different about her.
Yeah, she looks ferocious. Like she looks like she's determined. Like Lyra does too, but I don't know. It's still not that. You know, there's no aura with her. She's not really charismatic at all. But I like her though. I'll give her credit.
John.
And I'm going Stephanie as well. I missed most of Lyra Valkyria's career, so I don't know like if she's good or not. Like I've just never crossed paths with her stuff. throughout my years of the Fed boycott, and like now that I'm like out of it. But Stephanie has already surpassed a lot of people's careers, and just with her NXT run already.
Yeah.
Oh, this one hurts my heart. Roxanne Perez versus Willow Nightingale.
I think I'm gonna give that AEW pity vote again. Run me Willow. I love Roxanne, but I think she's washing this. So
It's not a pity
Kenny.
vote because I'm right there with you. I think
Oh.
Roxanne. Did you know how I feel about Roxanne? I don't like heel Roxanne. I think it's awful. I think
Mike?
she's.
to be fair, if they turn Willow heel, it'd also be ass.
I'm going with Willow.
Oh,
What?
I did not see that coming.
I didn't see that coming
John, turn your vote. Let it go to the coin.
either.
You know what?
He said,
No,
no,
I'm gonna let the
he said,
upset
no,
happen.
Roxanne.
I'm gonna let the upset happen.
Boo. I think you're wrong. I think it's Roxanne. I don't hate her. Like, I think obviously she's a better face, but I also understand why they
Wait.
did her. I understand why they're doing her as a heel because they wanted to essentially kind of test her on. I think they're going to do the same thing with Trick, where they're going to have him have. I think he's the leader of that faction. I think they're doing a test run as him as a heel in NXT to see how it would work. Like, because they want that versatility on the main roster. Like, if they ever need to pivot the story, they don't want it to be like, oh crap, we can't have this person ever play heel. We're stuck.
No, I get that, but to me, like I said, I think she's terrible as a heel. That's just me. I think she's terrible as a heel.
I will say I think Roxanne's a better. Not that Willow's bad, and they're both good in ring, but I think Roxanne is better in ring.
I think
Honestly,
Willow
I got Willow in ring.
Willow can do more because of where she works, because like she's gonna do more of that extreme stuff, and we're never gonna really get that dimension out of Roxanne. Because like I think in terms of moveset, they're pretty equal, but Willow's gonna be taking table bumps, and Roxanne
Well,
will.
no, Roxanne's been in since she's done the weapon spot, she's taking it and giving it out.
Yeah,
So she
she's
can
been.
do that. I just think Willow Nightingale is like it's a slight edge to her in ring, especially the fact that she's an AW, so she can do more. But
Like Roxanne will either like she can do the like super technical and like bend you into a pretzel, or she can get thrown around and be like a cruiserweight
yeah,
style. So she's shown she can do multiple things. Right now, honestly, Roxanne's in my top 3 favorite female wrestlers right now. But Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax. I don't know
This
why
is
I
a
put that.
nasty ass matchup.
this is this is
This is the people who were asked 5 years ago who suddenly got okay now.
yeah.
So I know I have said the term mid Morgan multiple times, but I will give her credit for this last year. She's been killing it, especially character wise. So I'm going to give it. Nia's been good too, but I'm going to give it to Liv. Mike.
Sorry, my screen's acting weird. I can't see anything.
It's Liv Morgan and Nia Jax.
Liv Morgan.
Kenny?
I think this is tough, just because of the fact that I still don't like Liv Morgan like that. I don't like. I really do think
She's not in my like favorites or anything, but
Yeah.
I think she has done really well this last year. She's definitely improved.
I think they
especially
both have. I
character-wise.
think they both they
Yeah,
really
but Liv
both
has
have.
become a top star while Nia's just become okay.
I think even Nia Jax has too. Again, I think like she's been doing her
They
thing.
were like they were like both top stars at the same time.
Yeah, like they both did their thing.
I will say
'Cause
I just need Liv Morgan and Rhea to never be near each other for the next like
4
2
years.
years.
It was, I'd say,
I need like I just need a little bit of I need a gap where you don't touch each other. You're not in a feud together. Send one to SmackDown. Keep one on Raw. Keep them away from each other.
They don't
I would need
enforce
to
but
see
that
that.
was how.
and split.
I would need to see that match for a while.
Even trying to do the rosters on 2K Universe mode confusing because how much they don't enforce that brand split.
I was gonna say that's how it feels like. That's how it feels like when you're playing my GM and it's like, hey, this rivalry's gonna stale. I don't want to see them fight again. Like that's
Right.
how this feels with that one. But I'm gonna go Nia Jax. Slight edge because I feel like Nia Jax has really, really turned me. Like she used to be god awful in ring, but now she can really turn the crowd to really be like, oh, bro, fuck her, and then like she'll still make you laugh too, and she can play the bully role. She can be funny. Like I just think she found it. Like that's what I'm saying. She found it. She
Her
found
genes kicked in.
Yeah.
it.
I still don't fuck with Nia Jax like that. So easy Liv Morgan. And I think Liv Morgan's hit a higher echelon. Like Liv Morgan is like a name that will be recognizable, but alongside like your Rhea's, your Becky's, and like your top Biancas. I think Liv Morgan's reached that tier now. And
I would
Nia
put her a notch
close,
below, but not
but
too far off.
um, yeah, that's where I stand on
I
it.
see her in like the Molly Holly.
Oh, she's
Um,
well surpassed Molly Holly
no,
at this
I'm
point.
saying like if we're talking about tiers, so like pre like Attitude Era, like women, I would say like your Trish, your Litas, they're at the top, and then in that second tier is like your Molly Hollies, your no, I was gonna say Victoria, but that's not right. Your Jazz, like where they're not the top, but they're like just below it.
It's one of those ones where you don't. If you don't watch wrestling, you wouldn't know their name. But if you watch wrestling, you're like, okay, I know who Liv Morgan is. That's how you know if somebody watch wrestling for real. You're like, okay, I know who Liv Morgan is. But everybody know Rhea Ripley right now. Like,
Right.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Chelsea Green versus Dakota Kai.
Fuck.
Mike, the order's all mixed up now.
You can just move me.
I don't want to. It's too much work. Well, Kenny, or no,
Wrong.
you.
Oh no.
What'd you do?
I didn't. My hands have been here.
Not you.
It
I
was
knew
me.
it was
me
Mike.
all along.
Yeah. John, Chelsea or
Um,
Dakota?
This is
I,
hard.
I'm gonna go Chelsea Green. Everything she does in the last couple of years has been gold, and she so easily could have just stayed in the Indies and just rode around with Cardona, but she took the hard job of trying to rebuild herself in WWE, and it worked.
Kenny.
This is hard. Because Dakota Kai has the greatest moveset to me of the females, and then Chelsea Green, I'm a really big fan of. I'm gonna go Chelsea Green. I'm gonna go Chelsea Green. Had to rip
Mike.
it off like a band-aid.
I'm going Chelsea Green.
Yeah, I'm going Chelsea Green. I like Dakota and she's good in ring, but I don't. I feel like she's another one who needs a character change or to
Yeah.
find a character because right now she's just good wrestler who
It's
hangs
because
around with Japanese
she's
people.
better. She's a better heel than she is a face. She's a face right now.
Her gimmick most of the time is just terrible friend because she betrays everybody.
I mean, she's pretty much the Shawn Michaels. She's British. Well, not British. What is she? Australian, New Zealand,
New
Shawn
Zealand.
Michaels.
New
I
Zealand.
was gonna say she's New Zealand Triple H
Yeah,
because he just turned his back on all of his friend too. Alexa Bliss versus Raquel Rodriguez. I feel like we can 1, 2, 3
yeah.
this.
This isn't
Yeah.
fair. I like
Yeah.
Raquel. Yeah,
I like Raquel too.
Even
But
though
this
that
isn't-
Alexa is washed now, I still think she destroys.
Whoa.
honestly,
I don't know
Damone,
if I'm going to say she's
We gotta
washed.
admit it.
She's
Damone,
been back like a month.
Damone, I
I'm
got
gonna
it.
give her
Okay,
some
she was
time.
gone that long because she washed.
But even
No,
but
she
even
had a kid
before,
and had cancer.
yeah,
sir.
the last like 3 years before
She-
Shane did
She
that.
had
was
a kid and had cancer. Yet heartless bastard. Fuck
Okay,
Montez Ford.
her
John's
last-
the heartless one.
her last big like run like that where we were like, okay, her work's like amazing was like maybe 2018.
I was
Well,
gonna
the
say
character-
it was definitely like way before she
I
started.
will say I am disappointed that she came back like kinda as the spooky character. I need her to go back to being the goddess.
I don't think
know if she
I don't
got
think
that
we're
in her
getting that
anymore. I
ever
think that's the
again.
problem.
I don't think we're getting that ever again. I think she's gonna keep doing spooky shit, and I think that's why they have her gone now, so she can come back repackaged with Wyatt Six. She's gonna be a part of them now, and I don't want it. I really
Which
I
don't.
don't
not
want
looking
it
forward to
either.
at all.
Yeah, I don't want that shit at all.
At first I was optimistic about Wyatt 6 and then it just went downhill from there.
I was over that very quickly. I think after like the first month, I was like, all right, we can move on to something else now.
Yeah, I was still like bought in for like the first month and then they like kept doing like nothing really and I'm like, okay, we gotta get this moving a little bit.
They fucked up having them feud with Chad Gable immediately.
Yeah.
Like immediately, it's like, bruh.
Because Chad Gable's gonna have a bigger future. Because at the end of the day, we all miss Bray Wyatt, But Bo Dallas is not getting a push. Like we live in reality.
Hey,
Fucking
we
Bo Dallas.
believe.
That was in 2014, Damone. I was
Hey,
graduating high
and he's
school then.
he's one
Like,
half of the greatest tag team of all time, the B team.
I was gonna say I was not watching wrestling then. 2014.
Zoe Stark. This is probably another one that's a wash. Zoe Stark versus Becky Lynch. I don't
yeah,
know who
let's
it's
do
on.
that 1, 2, 3.
It's Becky Lynch.
It's
I
Becky Lynch.
personally I like Zoe Stark more, but it's Becky Lynch.
Yeah, it's Becky.
No, this one's a
I just wish
little
Zoe Stark
tougher.
was given a better character than just stud.
And she's not even a stud.
She's not, but they keep trying to. That's the best part about TikTok though is
She's
them trying to
stud-like.
convince. No, they be trying to convince her she's a stud. It's like every TikTok they be like, bro, come on.
She's
Like, bro,
she's like happily married to for like 10 years or something.
yeah.
It's like
They be looking at it like, nah, come on.
nah, you know. This one's gonna be tough. Athena versus Io.
This is really good.
John, we'll start with you.
Ooh, yeah, that is kind of a tougher one because like WWE career at EO easily, but like I feel like the thing that hurts Athena is that like all this great work she's been doing lately is on a brand no one watches because like
Yeah,
she's stuck in Ring of Honor. Like if she was doing all that she's doing like in actual AEW, like I think she would beat EO, but because like of just Ring of Honor being such a nothing burger of a promotion, I think that EO takes it.
yeah, I'm gonna be pissed if they have Mercedes beat her for the
I
title.
think she is gonna beat her. I think
I'm gonna be pissed.
So are they putting up the Ring of Honor title for it?
What?
Are they putting up the Ring of Honor title for it? Or are they putting up the
No,
Mercedes
but well, they both have a bunch of belts.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like
So
I think it's gonna be for Mercedes title. I don't think it's gonna be
still, Athena should be there. I'm
yeah, no,
so over
I
Mercedes.
agree.
Like she needs to drop. Like I'm pretty sure she's never lost in AEW.
She hasn't.
Like she's undefeated. Like bro, like she doesn't need this.
Yeah, I think she's
Kenny,
20. I think she's 28 now, if I remember correctly.
yeah, something like that.
And more importantly, we don't need this.
Right. And
I'm going.
she's consistently having one of the worst matches on the pay per view. She's taking up the Jericho spot.
Damn.
Am I wrong?
Than we think. Maybe
I'm not gonna go that far. I've seen she's had a couple good matches. I'm not gonna go that far, but I just don't want her to be champ anymore. I'm gonna go with Io Sky on this one.
Okay. Mike,
oh wait, I don't know why I forgot. I
Sky.
voted for some fucking stupid.
what'd you say?
Io Sky.
I'm gonna give Athena the sympathy vote. I think also Athena over Ember Moon. Because Ember Moon
Oh, for
was
sure.
just like Wolverine, or not Wolverine, was a
Like
or not vampire, werewolf, but they never really explained that. And also, she should have been the one to beat the streak. She should have beat Asuka on the way out and won the title.
That's what I've been hearing. Like I said, I wasn't watching then. I just know Oscar was that chick for real.
Well, yeah, Asuka was like 100-0 or
Burying the
something,
division.
and she literally never lost the title. They were just like, "We're bringing up to the main roster. Here, you play for this one." And like she was feuding with Athena at the time, or Ember Moon, so they should have just had her drop to Ember. You could have still said she was dominant when she came to the main roster.
Ember Moon is such a mid card ass name.
Michin versus Julia.
I might be a different one on this one. I might be the different one.
This one's tough because Julia is kind of has the same thing as Stephanie Vakir, where I see the aura,
Yeah.
and she's great in ring, but again, not her fault. But her promos are still kind of rough in English,
Yeah.
and like she's only been in AEW, like not AEW, NXT for what, like 6 months maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say the 6-7 months.
So I'm gonna give this to Michin she's definitely stepped up her game. If we did this a year ago, it would have been Julia would have watched her, but Meechin has definitely picked up her game, and her and Chelsea Green has been a fun feud. Mike,
Let somebody else go.
Kenny,
I'm gonna go Mitchin as well. I think every feud she's been in has been fire, and then she was doing the Bailey Dirty Dom thing where she was going to every brand every week, just working. She's a workhorse for real. Like I said, the feud with her and Jada Parker was fun. The feud with her and Chelsea Green's been fun. Every one of them feuds has just been she's been good, and she's been turning up. Like, she's going through tables, trash cans, using kendo sticks, all kind of shit. And the long back attack is the best move out right now.
um, uh, John.
I'm going Julia. I think she's like kind of in the Stephanie Vecchier where like she's already surpassed most people's careers in a few months because of how she's been booked in NXT and how good she was like right off the bat. So I think like literally within like half a year, she's already surpassed Meechin's or WWE's whole career.
Accomplishment wise, yeah, because I don't think Meech has ever won a title.
No.
If she did, it was like the 24/7, which doesn't count.
Yeah.
Mike,
yes,
I'm
it does.
assuming
Arthur's
you don't have a
60-time
vote or
Yeah, I
pers-
don't.
per-
Just,
preference.
yeah, I don't have preference.
Okay, well let's go with Meechin. So Jamie Hayter versus Mariah May. This one's fucking fire. This would be a fire match. Um,
If
John,
AEW don't stop fucking up Jamie Hayter, then we will
true.
get this match.
Yeah. John.
But I'm going Mariah May because like Jamie Hayter's had the weirdest career because like she got mad over, none of which was on like her own promo work. It was just like she was a good wrestler who happened to be turning on Britt Baker at the right time, you know? And like she had aura and she's like okay on the mic, but like she kind of just like fell perfectly into place and then fucked off for like way too long and came back as kind of a nothing burger. Meanwhile, Mariah May, since Arrival, has been a top 2 person in there. So, and she's done some of AEW's women's division's most memorable stuff in such a short amount of time. Haters like initial run was cool, but it's kind of getting shown that was just like lucky.
Kenny.
Well, it wasn't just, you said fucked off. She got injured. Like she was injured for a minute.
Yeah, but that was way too long. She had been doing some other stuff on the side. I don't know.
But the thing
I don't
about it
know.
too
None of us
is,
are doctors.
let's say because
She tore ACL, MCL, TNA. Like,
But yeah, I'm going Mariah May as well. I think Mariah May, like you said, she's done a lot in a short period of time because I think she was champion for what, almost like
It's like
eight
for
months. No, I think it was longer than that.
Mariah.
I think it was longer than that, wasn't it?
I think it was only like 5-6 months. I don't think it was that long.
it wasn't crazy long.
I
Okay.
will say I
Well,
was outside of the stuff with Toni. I wasn't really a fan of her title run. It was kind of meh till we got to back to Toni.
I don't know. I liked her. I think I like the whole
I like
setup.
the Harley
Even before
Cameron.
that though, like when she was
Amina.
Tony's like
Oh yeah, the stuff with Toni's been fired. The stuff in between was kind of, if it doesn't involve Toni, Mina Shirakawa,
but that was her
it
main
hasn't been
feud though.
great.
That was her main feud. I think she had one other feud besides that.
Well, yeah, that's the issue. Like when she was the champion, she was kind of like just there until we got to back to the Toni stuff. There was a lot of filler. Like
Well,
her feud with like Thunder Rosa was filler.
I'll
yeah.
give you that. That was filler, but
That's
all
just
that time I
Thunder
think it
Rosa
was.
sucks though. Like everything she's been doing has been ass.
You really hate Thunder Rosa. It's so funny.
But when
You know,
did she ever? Sorry, I mean, hate. It's not even that like she like I despise like her inherently. It's just like everything she does in AEW sucks. Everything she touches turns to duty. Like
I
the
don't think
funny thing is she
I don't
was
think she's
like
bad. I don't think she's
she was
great
super
either.
over at one point.
yeah, and then like after that though, it's just been like it's like she gotta get a change of scenery or something. Like she need to go to the Fed.
No, I just realized Britt Baker's not on here.
She's not, but I wouldn't replace anybody.
Honestly,
Yeah, I wouldn't
she got the
either.
Jericho territory with half the career span of it. Like,
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I'm still going Mariah May. I think the first run of Jamie Hayter, she was starting to pick up steam, and she got injured at, in my opinion, the worst time because like at that point we
True.
was like, we want her to be champ, we want her to be a champ, and then she lost and got injured, and
And
then
it was
she
like
came
right
back.
before her homecoming too.
Yeah, and then she came back, had a terrible look. I think this look she got now is terrible. I
The
like,
like 70s look.
yeah, that shit is awful. Whatever that is.
I
Yeah,
fuck with it, but it's like I would like it if on a different wrestler, I guess.
yeah, like it don't look right
'Cause
on her.
with her, like part of her thing was that she was like very like kind of intimidating looking, and then like she kind of lost a lot of muscle mass too, and then came back with like a '70s shag. So it's like, yeah, this is Donna from that '70s show, not the woman who's whooping up on everybody. Like,
Yeah, like her and Taya Valkyrie, I feel like their looks are nasty now. Like I was a big fan of Taya Valkyrie too before, and then I don't know, she got the yellow hair, not blonde, but yellow hair, and it looks weird. But yeah, it's Mariah May.
Mike.
Mariah May.
I'm gonna give Jamie Hayter a sympathy vote. I will say I don't necessarily 100% blame the stuff with Jamie on her return on her. Like the look, yeah, it could be better, but I also don't like that she came back and it should have been like a huge thing and like should have been on the main card, but she came back on fucking 0 hour and
Yeah.
like she immediately was feuding with Soraya, who has go away heat. So like she's been put in like a terrible situation since coming back.
yeah, I do agree with that. Like, they did not help her at all.
Yeah, they did her no favors. It'd be like if freaking Triple H came back after the quad injury and was feuding with freaking I'm trying to think of someone who Kevin Nash right away, and he came back on like velocity.
Didn't he do well besides velocity? But didn't he feud with Kevin Nash around his quad injury?
It was
I was gonna
like
say
it
no,
was
I wouldn't
after.
say
It was a
Kevin
few
Nash.
months.
You gotta
Maybe
say
Kevin Nash
somebody
was a
like
bad.
you gotta say
Sorry.
like Sean Stasiak. you gotta, you gotta
No,
say
but
Yeah,
like
somebody
Rhea
but
had people that actively hate her. People just didn't give a fuck about Sean Stasiak.
true. I couldn't think of anyone who actively hated back then. So,
I think Kevin Nash was a good pick. Like, people did not want to see any of him. Like,
so Deonna Purrazzo versus Bianca Belair.
Come on, y'all.
this is a one.
Come on, y'all.
Yeah, I like Deonna, but she's also I don't know what the problem is. Like she everywhere she goes, she just immediately she has a huge pop to begin
She's
with, and then
bland.
it immediately dies.
She's bland. That's what it is. She's
Like
that person that thinks they're cool, and you be like, all right. You're like, all right.
she's great in ring too. It's just
She's bland.
she ate WWE, nothing with her. TNA, they kind of pushed. They pushed her actually, and she left.
Well,
Went to
they pushed
AEW. Yeah, TNA pushed her, and she did really well. AEW goes to AEW, and she's a jobber.
bland.
Tiffany Stratton versus Piper Niven.
I think we can 1, 2, 3 this one too, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Piper a sympathy vote.
And I like Piper too, but let's be real.
She's head of security
yeah.
for the goat. So yeah, I'm
Well,
assuming
these
you're good
matches
with
all
that,
get
Mike.
tough in the second round.
Oh yeah, this is about to get difficult.
And that's how we know we did a good job in the first round, is that the second round's actually tough.
True. Charlotte versus Toni Storm. You can go first, John.
Tony, like Tony's on an upward trajectory. Charlotte's been on a downward for a long time. I just don't see like any world post pandemic where Charlotte Flair is like actively over again.
Kenny.
This one's hard for me. This is my GOAT against my all-time favorite. um,
Trish is gonna be upset with you.
I know.
You'll have to text
I'll
her
talk,
after the show.
yeah, I'll talk about this. Let her know. I'm gonna go with. I'll go with Charlotte. I think Charlotte, like her career is just it's crazy. Doesn't make sense.
Mike.
It's Charlotte.
Oh, we're going to the wheel because it's Toni Storm. I agree with John. If we did, like I said, if we did this a while ago, it would have been Charlotte. But Tony's character work is crushing every single character Charlotte's ever done, and she's arguably just as good in ring, and she's still over. Also, I need Charlotte. You know how I said I need Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan to not be near each other? I need Charlotte and a world title to not be near each other for the same amount of time, like 2 to 4 years. Like, no more title reigns. We don't
I don't
need it.
think I don't think she's gonna beat Tiffany though. I just think she's gonna be a name to solidify Tiffany's reign. I think that's all it is.
Hopefully, you never know with Charlotte. I'm over Charlotte. I used to
That
think
doesn't
that
work for me, sister.
she used to be my goat, and she's dropped. Like she's plummeted
But
down the
didn't she?
list.
But when she fought Rhea the last time, which that's another one, like I said, because every time she comes back, she pulls a Randy Orton, where she seems like she doesn't care, and she gives us match of the night for some reason.
Yeah,
Didn't she lose to Rhea at WrestleMania?
yeah, she lost to Rhea at WrestleMania
Yeah, so I
2 years
think she's gonna do the
ago.
same thing here.
Yeah, I can see
Oh,
that.
after beating
And
her
the
like
thing is,
fire
and,
though.
and the thing is, it'll probably be a good match too
It'll be
because
fire.
Tiffany's really athletic and good, and Charlotte, she is like Randy Orton, where when they care, they're gonna give you a banger, but when
That's
they
what
don't care, you might as well just not even watch it. It's no point. It's
Yeah.
trash. So heads is gonna be Charlotte. Tails is Toni Storm. That's not on purpose.
Yeah.
One for Rhea, or not for Rhea, for Tony. One for Charlotte. Two for Tony.
I'm not mad at it. Either way, I'm not mad at
Justice prevails.
it.
Bailey versus Jade Cargill. Now this one is easy for me. I'm going Bailey. Mike,
I'm going with Bailey.
Kenny,
I'm also going Bailey.
John.
Sympathy vote.
Rhea Ripley versus Stephanie Vakir. John.
Ooh. Well, my thing is that this should be like a 1, 2, 3 Rhea, but it's also like I feel like Stephanie has so many more places to go. While like Rhea's like kind of done it all. And I predict because like Rhea has so much career left, like how are they gonna keep her fresh and like not Charlotte her? You know what I mean? But
It's
off
one
what
of
we
those
know,
things there's no way to know until it actually
yeah,
happens.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Stephanie Vakir though. I'm starting to get like question marks around Rhea's future.
Kenny.
I'm gonna go with Rhea on this one. Rhea's arguably the face of the female division.
Mike.
Rhea.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say it's arguably. I think she is the face of the women's division. And like people who don't even really watch wrestling know who Rhea Ripley is just because of like
That part.
her presence and like her look and like she's funny. She's also like seems relatable and she's also intimidating and she can have a match of the night at any point. Honestly, the two triple threats, I think they both have potential to be the top two matches at WrestleMania. The women's triple threat that we're gonna get. So Io versus Rhea versus Bianca, fire. Seth versus Roman versus Punk. Also, I think is gonna be fire.
I'm ready for Mania. I'm ready for it.
I am too. Liv Morgan versus Willow Nightingale. John.
Um, I'm gonna go Willow. I think that she's got way more like talent, even though she's not as big of a star.
Kenny.
I 100% agree. I'm going Willow Nightingale as well.
Mike.
Liv Morgan.
I'm going Willow. I think she's better in ring. I think she has the potential to be a main eventer in AEW. And I think if she was in the WWE, she could be too. I just think she needs that like push. And they're kind of giving it to her, even though the story sucks with the like the
With
night
her
or
and
Death Riders. But
yeah,
like her
Well,
being the Like the story sucks, but at least she's like being presented in the main event scene.
Kind of, but she's not like going for like the women's title. She's just going around the worst men's storyline.
True, but at least it is still the top men's storyline. Unfortunately, what it is, and being aligned with Swerve can't hurt.
And
Yeah.
Marina Shafir just, I don't know. She's just, like I said, she's just terrifying. She is really terrifying.
Chelsea Green versus Alexa Bliss.
I got my answer.
This is tough.
Not
It's
for me.
Alexa Bliss.
You're voting Bliss. Like,
I'm going
for
Chelsea
me-
Green.
oh, this one's hard because peak Alexa Bliss, the goddess, is arguably the GOAT. She was killing these women on the mic.
Oh,
Like,
she definitely was. Yeah.
slaughtering them, like, easily. And it wasn't like it was people who were bad on the mic. It was against people who were also good on the mic. But she was absolutely. She was what people say AJ Lee was. Like, killing people on the mic.
But AJ Lee was too, though. AJ Lee was killing people on the mic too, though.
Yes, but Alexa Bliss is arguably the greatest mic worker in women's wrestling history. But the last couple years with the Bray stuff was not good, and I don't like that she's doing it again. She's back. It appears she's back to like doing that.
Yes.
And Chelsea Green has really grown on me because at first I'm like, I don't get it, but she's really definitely grown on me. So this is tough. I'm gonna go with Alexa. I'm gonna give it to Alexa, but I'm not mad if you tie it up and it goes to the coin.
Yeah.
John?
I'm taking this to the coin because Alexa's washed way too early and been washed for way too long.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
So Chelsea's heads, Alexa's tails. So tails, one up for Alexa, one for Chelsea, two for Chelsea.
Let's go.
Chelsea Green moves on. I'm not even mad at it.
Ball don't lie.
But also, didn't you say, John, the reason she's not been as good besides the Bray stuff was because of Ronda?
I mean, Ronda did scramble her brains like eggs, but like it did, like it fucked with her, and like Ronda should have gotten way more consequences than that. But that don't mean Alexa's been the same.
Oh, that's just one person I cut out of the list was Ronda because she appeared on the list, and I'm like, no, not doing it. It's a wasted spot.
Dude, I'm glad 2025 Damone understands because I remember all you dorks defending her, and I knew
I got
that rubble up
I got-
that slide.
I'm not gonna say I didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed
I
it.
got
no.
that.
I remember
Her first run was fun.
I got tricked.
That was the end of it.
I will admit I got catfished. I got tricked because she was in the ring with two goats, my actual goat, Triple H, and Kurt Angle, who was a lot of people's goat.
It's my goat.
And the unofficial, I guess technically official book it goat, Kurt Angle. So she was in there with two goats. So it looked like she was going to be fire and great because she's in there with them. And then when she wasn't in there with them, it's like, yeah. And then her first run was okay.
I had fun her first run. I liked it.
Her first run was okay.
Is it
when
triple
she
threat?
on that microphone and everybody started chanting for the girl that beat her in UFC? I knew it was over then. Like,
wait. The triple threat she did with Charlotte and Becky, that was considered the first run, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was fine.
Because she left.
I don't think she was good then. I think she was in good situations like that triple threat. But if that had just been Becky and Charlotte, even better.
It probably would have been a better match.
And like, you know, like I said, like when she would get on a mic, it would just be embarrassing.
Becky Lynch versus Io Sky. John.
I'm
so
tired
it's really
of
mic work.
I have been for a while. I'm going Io.
It's mic work versus in ring. Kenny?
So I'll say this. There was a point where I said Becky Lynch is the GOAT on the mic when it came to the females. And at one point, she was like top 10 when it came to like add males to it too. But I gotta go Io. I think Becky Lynch is the moment she switched to big time Bex. I don't think her career was the same. Especially when she left and was like pregnant, and then came back and beat Bianca in one move. It was like to me, she was not ready. She was not ready. They only brought her back. I said this to the end of time. They only brought her back because CM Punk came back, and they had to retaliate somehow. So they brought Becky Lynch back, knowing she wasn't ready, and she wasn't ready in ring yet. And then they turned it into Diet Conor McGregor after a while, and that shit was ass. So I'm going Io. Io don't even gotta talk. She just be doing her thing, doing them flips, and be like, ah.
Mike,
That's just lit every time.
Becky Lynch.
this is tough. So I like Big Time Bex. I don't care. I liked it. It wasn't as good as the man, obviously, but I like Big Time Bex. And I think the reason they had to have her come back as the heel is because Bianca was so over as a face. They didn't want to have her outshining. Like both their stars couldn't have shone bright at the same time, if that makes sense, as faces. So they wanted to run that feud. So to do it, they had to have Becky come back as the heel, because they didn't want to turn Bianca.
I don't know. I feel like you can still do face versus face, but that I think with her being the reason they had to do the heel with her because the fact that she came back and beat her one move.
Right?
Everybody was like, what? They were like, bro, after all the stuff Bianca went through, she get beat like that? That's it?
I will say the rest of the feud was actually pretty good. I'm gonna go Io. Io's the War Games GOAT.
Let's go.
Every time I just need her. I don't even care if it's the same spot every time. Her putting the trash can on her head and just drop. Well, this time she changed it up to a moonsault. Like she's just
that was crazy.
Like I need her to do a 450 next time.
I
feel like she would do it. I feel like she would do it too.
And that sounds very unsafe.
It is because she can't see. It's not like she can see or anything. Like if they're out of position, there's no way for her to know. She's just open.
That sounds very unsafe.
She's just like, somebody please catch me.
The moonsault's already unsafe, but that's really unsafe.
I feel like she would even do it too. Michin versus Mariah May. I'm going Mariah. I like Michin a lot, but Mariah's peak is higher. Mike. Okay, we lost Mike. Kenny.
Yeah, I'm going Michin. I think Mariah May is at peak, but they still haven't really done much with Michin. She just goes up there and puts on a banger match, and that's it. And she has the charisma to be a top star. They just don't pull the trigger. So I'm going what if with her.
The fact that Michin made it this far and is like tied with Mariah May is fucking crazy. That's Mariah May. Like, come on.
Michin stepped up. She's the best wrestler in that family. Yeah. She's the best wrestler in the
that's because the other one lost everything to COVID.
Keith Lee got COVID and lost his charisma, his talent, his abilities, his aura.
His hair.
his hair color. Remember when he came back and he's fucking,
that shit was gross.
It was white. His hair was white. It's like, and he was wearing a fucking wizard cape. Like this is what you left WWE for, dude. Like the bear thing. I get it. You didn't want to do the bear cat thing, but you left WWE to come dressed like a wizard.
Bro, it was the fact they were pushing a storyline between him and Brock Lesnar at the time. Like, you were about to be that guy.
And you left because you didn't like the name. And yeah.
And then he was like...
And then he took his cape. I'm glad Swerve survived that bullshit because they kept trying to get us back to Swerve versus Keith Lee. And we're like, we don't want this.
Stop it.
Stop it.
You gotta smack Tony Khan's hand? No. No more.
Mike, Mariah May or Michin?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm voting Mariah May then. Bianca Belair versus Tiffany Stratton. It's Bianca. Yeah, it's Bianca.
I agree.
Yep.
I like Tiffany Stratton, but
It's
I like
Tiffany.
Toni
Like they're,
Storm.
I'd say they're equals in ring, but Tiffany's like kind of unbearable on the promos. I'm not gonna lie.
I
I
feel like
don't agree with that,
if
but
Becky Lynch is the Stone Cold of women, then Bianca Belair is the Rock. Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair is the Rock.
I'm gonna give it to Shawn Michaels because she's better in ring than The Rock ever was.
I'm saying level of
Star wise, yeah.
yeah, not in ring because they're both shitting on them in ring. Gonna be real.
The Rock
Like,
has like the worst version of like every movie does. He's the
I
worst
like his
sharpshooter.
sharpshooter. I don't give a
It's
fuck what he.
I
terrible.
do
It's
too.
ass.
I don't have a problem with it. Like everybody,
I
like
It's
like
not
how he like
good.
I
looks
don't
at
have
his
a
head
problem.
when he does it. I don't know. He puts his rock pussy into that sharpshooter.
I knew.
Yeah, you
Why
ruined
did I
it. Nick.
know you were going to say that? Why did I know you were going to say that? And I'm mad.
This is the man you sided with. Keep that in mind.
As soon as he was like, yeah, he does a good sharpshooter, I was like, I know where he's going with
You
this.
knew where this was going.
I knew Rock Cussy was coming. I knew he was coming.
So next round, Toni Storm versus Bailey. John.
Tony all day. Tony is becoming my goat in real time.
Mm.
I'm gonna give it to Bailey just because she's had multiple characters that have been good to great. In Tony, we've only had the one, and we had a lot of mid, in my opinion, before that. But it's tough.
This is
And
very
AEW was hoeing Tony Storm too. They had her win an interim title that didn't count because Thunder Rosa was on her bullshit.
I forgot about that.
That was the beginning of me hating Thunder Rosa.
Kenny.
I feel like you hated her before that.
No, it was like that moment when like she got hurt and she wouldn't give up that title, and everybody backstage was like, "Fuck Thunder Rosa." I was like, you know what? Yeah, Tony Storm worked hard for that title, and they ain't even gonna count her reign.
I love both of these wrestlers. I think Bailey's resume is crazy, but Toni Storm's AEW resume is crazy too. If we're gonna do that,
Yeah.
um, I'm gonna go Toni Storm. I feel like with Bailey, she's like sharing that like okay, it's four horsemen kind of thing. I feel like there is no four horsemen when it comes to women in AEW. It's just Toni Storm.
And whoever
Mike.
races with putting over.
I'm gonna go with Tony Storm.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm not even mad. I'm not mad at it. I think it's time we admit that Bailey is the best of the four horsewomen.
Which is crazy to say.
Yeah, I think for me it's Bailey, Becky, Charlotte, Sasha.
it depends. That's my thing. It depends because if we're going ring work, I'm going Charlotte. But if we're going mic work, I'm going Bianca. But if I'm going overall, like with
Bianca.
everything, I said Bianca. I meant to say
Bailey.
Charlotte.
Or
No. Charlotte for ring work. Then I'd say
Becky for the
Becky.
mic.
That's what I'm gonna say. Becky for mic work. But then I'm going just everything combined. I'm going Bailey.
Yeah, that's why I have her at one because she's the best of both in ring and
Yeah,
on the mic. She's the
she's
best combination of the
she's
two.
above average at everything.
both,
She's
right.
B plus at everything. Whereas you got Bailey, who's like a C minus in ring and like an A on the mic, and then same with Charlotte in reverse.
Right. Rhea Ripley versus Willow Nightingale. Yeah, it's Rhea.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Willow's gone far. We tried to push you, Willow, but yeah.
This is what I wanted to do with Roxanne Perez, but you fucks wouldn't let me. Chelsea Green or Io Sky.
You did good. You did good, UCLA, but you went up against Duke. That's what this
John?
is.
Chelsea or Io?
Is my vote?
Yeah, it's you.
I'm going EO. Chelsea's good. EO's great.
Kenny?
Now this is where I'm like, because I think Chelsea's character is just phenomenal. Phenomenal. She plays that annoying heel role so perfect. And then she's actually really, really good in ring. She's not as great as Io Sky is, but she's like a notch under. I would go just a notch under. So I'm gonna go Chelsea.
Mike?
She's like Bailey. She's B plus in everything.
Chelsea.
I'm gonna tie it up and go to the coin. Io is better in ring. Chelsea is the better character. So I'm gonna let it go to the coin. This one's super close.
It is very close.
Heads is Chelsea, tails is Io. One for Io,
Yo,
two for Io.
I'm not mad
Io
at it.
moves on.
Not mad at it.
So Mariah May versus Bianca Belair.
All right.
Yeah, Mariah, this is where you stop. It's Bianca.
I'm giving a pity vote then.
I'm going Bianca as well.
Bianca.
Yeah, Mariah, you went far, especially for you being like, isn't she super young too? Isn't she like?
Yeah, I think she might be younger than Toni Storm is actually.
I feel like they're about the same age.
20,
Mariah,
26. 26
yeah,
for
so she's like 3 years younger. So Toni Storm versus Rhea Ripley. John,
it's a good feud too.
I'm going Tony, standing firm.
Kenny,
I'm going Tony as well.
Mike.
Rhea.
I'm tying it up. It's going to the coin. It's this again really close one. Tony's heads, Rhea's tails.
That was just all biasness, by the way, for me.
One for Rhea.
I thought Rhea was tails.
Or no, you're right. Rhea is tails. So 2 for Tony.
Let's go, Tony.
I'm not mad at it.
Go.
So Io Sky versus Bianca Belair.
Mm.
John.
I gotta go Bianca. Just that character package is the only thing that sets
Kenny?
them apart.
I'm going Bianca as well. This is crazy.
Mike.
It's Bianca.
Yeah, it's Bianca. Or actually, I'm gonna give Io a sympathy vote so she doesn't get swept. But technically it is Bianca. It's like she's been acting her ass off this last few weeks too. Like
Bianca literally mushed her face away from this dude. Get stuck away.
yeah. Toni Storm versus Bianca Belair. Mike, we'll start with you.
Tony.
John.
Tony.
I'm going Bianca.
Damn it.
So you can either tie it up and let it go to the coin, or push Tony to the finals against what's her fucking face? Drawing the blank.
Wasn't it Mickey James?
Mickey James, yes. I knew it started with an M, but I couldn't think of what it was.
Tony Storm, Mickey James feud though.
Fire. A Bianca Belair, not Tony Storm. A Bianca Belair, Mickey James feud is fire too. And just as good in ring.
I'm going Toni Storm.
Okay.
Because Bianca Belair, they kind of neutered her over the past year. And she's still been trying to make something out of nothing. No, I say it's nothing. It's not nothing. Because, she's still winning belts as a tag team person. But Toni Storm has been like the face of the women's division.
I would say Bianca's been up there with Rhea as the face of, like, if you don't say Rhea's the face, I would say it's Bianca's the face of WWE's women's division. But I think they definitely have used her to help Jade get, or at least trying to help Jade get better. And then they've been, because she technically has a streak right now that, if you don't count like Battle Royal, which I don't, she has a streak at WrestleMania. So I'm kind of rooting for her to win.
Oh, no, I definitely am. I'm just rooting for her, but I'm saying, like, if you cut out this feud she got right now with Rhea and Io, all that stuff before that was tag team shit.
Well, yeah, because they were trying to, because I think they were using her because she's so good at ring to try and get Jade up to speed and to, like, cover up for Jade's wards. Because Jade's biggest thing is she's still really green and not great in ring. So you put her with Bianca, who's great in ring. She can carry the in ring work. She can take the beating and stuff. And then she can hot tag Jade. Jade can be powerful, throw people around, get the pin.
Yeah.
And hopefully by doing that, it helps level up Jade. And then they did the stuff with Naomi, and it helped level up Naomi too. Not that Naomi really necessarily needed it, but like kind of she kind of did actually, because coming back from
that glow shit
leaving
done. That need to be
from,
done.
Yeah, from her leaving to go to TNA and coming back, she kind of had to reestablish her name, and putting her with Bianca helped do that.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at Toni Storm winning, or that feud would be fire. And honestly, I'm pissed at Vince McMahon that we never got it.
Tony,
but I don't think we get Timeless in WWE.
No, we definitely don't. No,
maybe with Triple H, but definitely not with Vince. Vince would be like, "I don't get it.
I want more, more."
Bo didn't even get Broken Matt, so yeah, he ain't getting Timeless.
No. He'd be like, there is no such thing as timeless. Everybody has time. It's 4 o'clock.
You know there's more time on unemployment line. Get out of here. Go on time you want.
Go buy yourself a watch.
God.
That'd be crazy. Shout out
Well,
go.
With that all settled, soon, perhaps, we may book you Toni Storm versus Mickie James, but coming soon is also primetime Travie T's long-awaited, long book it verse. So for lovers of long-form content, get ready to stay up late with the Book It Boys, because Travis is going to be on air with us, sharing his stories, and giving us the last round of Book It Verse 4, finally finishing this thing into the summer. And yeah, we hope to have you here with us. Mike,
do you like the summer of punk? You're gonna love the summer of Travie.
Except the summer of punk was short, and Travie gonna be anything but.
We're gonna be into the winter.
Hey, Mike, can we find you anywhere?
No.
God damn, fuck this guy. Damone, how about you?
You can find me in all the bullshit, except if it's owned by Elon Musk, because fuck that guy, at DumbMoney213, DAMONEY T13.
And bad guy, tell him about your 37 shows.
I'm gonna highlight you because you got 45 shows to tell us about.
Go ahead, get me out there. All right, so you can catch me on all social medias at Bad Guy Spoken. Catch the Bad Guy Spoken podcast on YouTube's, and you can catch Unbiased, GTK Little You Like This on the same channel. And you can also catch Hood Movie Review. Review all your favorite and not so favorite hood movies. And you can also catch Not a Real Court. We argue things like best fruit, best vegetables, shit like that. We're gonna do best vegetables one of these days. Probably not.
Well,
And probably not. But you can also catch Geek in the Motherfucking Sheets. We talk all things anime, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Invincible, all that shit. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. And lastly, my newest venture, if you want to catch me doing anything, is I'm making a shit ton of creative wrestlers on WWE 2K25. If you want to search up Heel Pepsi Man or just any of your favorite TNA wrestlers, I'll probably be making them on there. So
only if it's for PC, because
they're not cross-platform with the downloads.
It's not cross-platform for downloads this year. So
make Jimmy rave.
That ain't
Jimmy Rave is crazy.
Make Jimmy rave.
Yeah, because I tried to look for you and it was like no results found, and I remembered, oh shit, yeah, you're not on the console.
And last I knew, the search function on PC, it doesn't work.
Well, never mind that, but I tried.
TNA.
They only did that because of mods and hackers and shit.
Yeah.
That's the only reason they did that.
And now the PC,
what's the status?
The PC, I feel like the PC options are very limited, and it sucks.
It's because of guys like what's the status? She's the GOAT, but
I don't.
It did fuck it up.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to get a Big Dick Dudley this year.
I'm
only gonna have humanity, balls, and I won't have dick.
I'll make you Jimmy Rave too, Kenny.
What I say? Yeah, I didn't know he died. What?
Give us the Rock and
Yeah.
Raven. Yeah, I knew
I
that.
like a
The
really. I
Rock
was
and
actually
Raven
looking at this
infection.
the other day because we were watching a Rock and Rave infection match, and yeah, he got like a really bad infection. It had his arm amputated, both of his legs, then died.
So you mean? Never mind. Go ahead. I ain't gonna say what I was
What
gonna
happened?
You were about to say something heinous. I
Oh,
know.
I had this. It almost slipped out. That was gonna be insane.
No, I want to hear it now. I gotta know.
Nah, we got
Off
wait off
air.
air.
We'll
We have
save
to
it
wait
for
off
off
air.
air. We
All
can't
right, yeah,
we gotta wait to get canceled. We gotta wait until we're famous to get canceled. You can't
yeah,
get
I guess so.
pre-canceled.
It literally was about to slip out. And I was like,
Well,
wait a minute.
I want to hear this joke, so that's been an episode of Book It. See ya.
Bye.